Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Christopher Dahl. Welcome to Space Art Live on Wednesday night. Greetings everybody. How are you doing tonight? Good to see every one of you. Edie's here. Hello Edie. Straighten the camera. We got Iridium. Hello Iridium. Wes Chilton from the cooler in LA. It's always cool in LA. Hey, welcome aboard everybody. Glad that you're here back with us Wednesday night. Down to your last water shot of this crazy show. Awesome. Hey, let me kick off a little bit of background music and we'll get this show on the road. Going for a little ocean drive. Let me know, as always, if the music is too loud, not loud enough. Electric Elf, greetings. And we will get right down to some space art. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We've had a great couple of weeks with YouTube. It's been fantastic. I did take Friday off to finish a few things on this end. We are going to be kicking off a couple more of the lives. I keep saying that, but no, we are really for real because it's working out great. Got the, what do you call it? The time-lapse camera going for the painting tonight. That's works out really well on short, so keep an eye out for it. But thank you, everybody. And boy, been a busy week here in the old shop. Holy crap. We've had working on book covers, working on some tutorials. I am in the field of learning with 3D and Blender and getting back up to speed. We'll see if it's anything more than a bit of tinkering, but so far it's been pretty cool. I've been sharing all the stuff on Patreon, so if you head on over, you'll be able to see some of the pieces there. I'll be sharing the final results once I'm done with a couple of those as soon as they come in. But anyway, let's get on to the show. Last week's was a banger. That was a lot of fun. Did a little space battle action, and we are going to go back to it this week. Hey, a little background on this one. So what you see on top of me, right above me, we've got a, oh, we're back. Oh, way back. I got you, way back. Hello, greetings. It sounds good. I'm misreading the chat. Remember, this is a professional live stream. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, and I don't have any official swag gear on tonight, but I do have the On My Last Brain Cell wonderful t-shirt. That's a good time. So what you see above me is a painting by one of my favorite artists, John Berkey. And I love the colors in this one and the detail. It may be hard to see here. Let me just let me grab it here for a second. My inspiration. And it's, look, I did my painting. It's amazing. Just like that, the magic of YouTube. I typed this into AI and it gave me a John Berkey painting. Sorry. No. Anyway, so this one just came out. Someone shared it, probably Sci-Fi Art or I forget which one shared it. So forgive me if you're watching tonight. I follow some real cool sci-fi art feeds, and I saw it. I've seen the painting 100 times. I was telling Stephanie, I've seen this thing 100 times, but you know, you come back to these things and you want to see some things in it that maybe would be kind of exciting. So I'm not going to copy this painting, but I want it as kind of my visual inspiration. I mean, this thing took John Berkey probably a couple of weeks, either that or just a couple of nights very, very late before he turned the thing in to whomever got it. But so I'm not going to get very close to it, but I really like some of the details. So I've laid out, loves me some John Berkey. Me too, Wes. Absolutely. So what I kind of want to do is, I mean, just copying a painting doesn't really, I mean, that's kind of just an exercise in, you know, it will impart some good things to you. That's fine. But what I kind of want to do is when I look at these, I don't like to copy necessarily the full shebang. I'm not going to copy the composition and the detail. I just kind of want to see the pattern because I like this style. And the style feels good for me to paint. When I paint in this fashion, works out really well. Hey Rhonda, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. We got the whole crew here. Hey everybody, wonderful. So yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I'm probably gonna match a few composition elements just to, you know, kind of keep the thing going. But I don't know. I'm just gonna have fun with it. There's a lot of cool things, and plus I had a couple of new paints that I wanted to throw into the palette. So let's take a look at this. In fact, I've already laid them out on my art table. Let me see if I can pull off this maneuver. There we go. Yeah, see, there we go. So there's my, I have my art palette. I've already laid it out. And so we don't have to burn a lot of time on that. Let's see if I can get this back here just right. There we go. Awesome. All right. Cool. Yeah, good times. Okay, let me re-aim the camera over here nicely. I'm telling you, the YouTube thing's taking off, everybody. In my slow fashion, it is taking off. But, oh, yeah. And as I'm getting myself together here, I've kind of rearranged things. And I actually have my casein paint, and I have some things set up for that. So, fun stuff coming up. I keep saying that, but we're getting to it. All right. So let's get some composition on this board here. All right, let's do that, and I'm gonna do it with a dark. I know. Sorry, Rhonda. We're back in blues tonight. We're back in blues tonight. I had some new paints I needed to try anyway, so I'm gonna grab some indanthrene. I'm gonna grab a little touch of black. I know it's kind of like weird for me to mix these in, but I kind of want a good dark color I can paint with. All right. Cool. So the canvas here is it's another 14 by 18 that I had gessoed, and we're gonna work on this one vertical tonight. So there we go. Let's see. I keep making moves on my equipment here. Let's see if we can't go in. I have the image sitting right over here. What I really liked about this scene in particular is it's pretty dynamic. So he gets he has a thing going on with this. Actually, in his, it's a little different. I'm gonna cross the streams a little bit, people, and I'm gonna try kind of my own thing. But yeah, I really like this blue. I'm a blue person, and I just like blue. So what I want to kind of do is get the action lines in, and maybe, yeah. So we have a thing going on down here. And oh, I keep bumping my microphone. This will be the next thing that I get to mess with. Will be the microphone. I almost have it to a place where I like it, but it's a little bit like playing Tetris in this place here. Nothing wrong with some blues, maybe a little R&B. Seriously, right? So let's get another action line down here. I kind of feel like there is a central point for all of this. Yeah, so my favorite part about this, you shouldn't hold your breath so long, you won't turn blue. But that's how I get my way. I just turn my face that way. Don't deny me. Oh my God. Okay. First things first. All right, we've got the, let me get this get some dynamic action going here. I do pick my favorite blues, and then I try to match the show with them, but I also try to not be so stuck just in blue. So there we go. All right, let me get this kind of like, all right, let's get some of that in there. So what I'm kind of doing right now is something that I will often do if I'm in a sketch mode and I don't really have anything. It's a little free form, but it helps me kind of get these, establish the scene a little bit. I mean, I suspect it's probably going to be a spaceship. Just letting you know. I mean, I don't want to disappoint anybody, and I don't want to spoil the stream at all. But it might be a spaceship. Yeah, but actually, this is fun. This kind of reminds me of some of the Sid Mead work that he would do when he would just kind of work in these monochrome tones like this. So we're getting something. Alrighty. Is he bluey or blurry? Yeah, a little bit of both, right? Oh yeah. By the way, as we're doing this, as I'm painting along here, everybody, if you think the image looks a little blurry or kind of you can't see it well, go ahead and chime up in the chat because I keep changing those things too. I keep changing up the individual settings and just to sort of make things go. We like to make things go. Yeah, we make things go. Okay, I want a little bit of this for the top. So we're gonna have we definitely have a darker zone up here that I think I wanna kind of follow a little bit. There we go. Man, we already have some fun shapes in here. That's really cool. The image is sharp, the motion is blurry. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's very curious. Because I'm not playing video games, I only have the settings are down to like 30 frames a second. So there's going to be some blur. I've optimized for the image on here. So yeah, I noticed that too. Frame rate seems slow. It kind of does, doesn't it? Yeah, weird. On both of them. Okay. Well, as long as I don't move too fast, right? So stop painting fast is what you're saying? Yeah, right. Thank you. Seriously. It may be Iridium. I think next live stream, I can't change it on this stream because if I change the frame rate, I have to restart the whole stream, and I don't really want to do that. So we'll just I'll make a note and change that on the next one. Sean Combs is facing life for yeah, we heard about that. I'm sure anyone watching the news has heard about that, Edie. We don't need to go over that here. All right, I want to kind of get some details in under here before I get the bottom, before I kind of get this bottom layer done, if you will. So we're just gonna kind of, I could dot a few of those in. Yeah, just paint slow. Thank you, Iridium. Yeah, exactly. Paint slower. Okay, I'm gonna get some blacks in there. It's kind of turning into sort of a Sulaco style thing from Aliens, isn't it? I mean, a little bit. I'm kind of okay with that. I've been watching. Well, I finally saw Alien Covenant is what I saw, and I honestly didn't hate it as much as I thought. I think we've talked about the Alien movies on here before, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna wash the old brush off. See if I go next on this one. I'm like the Flash. It just goes on so fast. All right, so I kind of need the here. Yeah, I think one of the other colors I got was cerulean blue is a very nice blue. It's like a sky blue, and I'm pretty certain that was in John Berkey's little palette colors. At some place I've got some really great photos. Someone actually visited John Berkey while he was painting once and shot a short bunch of video. Makes me wonder how much video he actually got, because I'm certain he probably spent some time there. Anyway, I personally think that he had some of the, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Let me get it on here. So yeah, there's a lot of this over here, and I'm just gonna kind of fill in some of these spots and see if I can't start matching the tones, because pretty soon my entire painting is going to be on, basically going to be covered, and I want to make sure I kind of have that. So, and what's nice is it's kind of a semi-transparent, so I can work with this one. Yeah, the sequel can't compare. Yeah, it's it's another sequel. Honestly, I tried watching Alien Covenant like Yeah, speed painting 20 minutes. That's like art battle, Iridium. But yeah, see, I tried watching the Covenant, Alien Covenant a couple of years ago. I've tried it twice, and each time I fell asleep, which doesn't bode well for the movie. Okay, so I was exhausted, and usually it was like the end of a baking week or something like that. So, that's in all fairness. Oh, Iridium, this is acrylic tonight. I'm gonna be I'm probably gonna try the casein on a separate stream. I have to open it up and see if it's still any good. That's the scary part. I don't know. I'm not sure, which is really weird. Okay, I want a little touch of white in here on this one. A little touch of this. There we go. I'm going to try to get this thing covered up here. We're going to get this. We're going to get there. I actually think I'm going a little too dark on this layer. So this is kind of just me farting around with some stuff. So yeah. Da, da, da. And then I look in there and then I see like ultramarine blue in the mix, and I see just so many different ones, honestly. When I stop here, I'm just kind of trying to mix up the blue a little bit. Now that I have some paint on there, I'm grabbing some indanthrene just to see if I can get some fun, happy accidents on the ground plane here, because this is all supposed to be like this crazy city underneath here, so I don't mind coming in and blasting in some colors. Thank you, Tasty Well. How you doing tonight? Good to see ya. I might even do a few blacks just to kind of get that in there. But we're just gonna... I'm kind of just going on instinct, folks. Sometimes getting a little white in there just to sort of... I just get these. That's so weird because I actually am looking here and I definitely see more of an ultramarine blue, which kind of trends more to purple. So maybe I do need that in here. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's the thing I'm going to have to do then. Oh, that kind of... the indanthrene goes to ultramarine. That's really cool. You think it looks pretty at top speed? Thank you. Okay, let's see. Too gray. Okay, I gotta kill my colors here for a sec. All right, let me take a second and clean off my palette here. Yeah, there we go. Anyone see the full Iridium Acid? Anyone see the full Super Harvest Eclipse Moon? We had a we caught it, Iridium. We caught a couple of bits of like the night or two before. It was gorgeous and clear here. I actually took some photos. I haven't processed them yet though. Yeah, that's the thing I'm running into too. As much as I like the stargazing, it's nighttime and it gets a little nuts, doesn't it? Yeah. It gets a little tricky. Okay, let's see. I kind of want to work the top corners and the sides here a little bit. I'm gonna go with the same blues. I like what's going on with the blues here, so I'm gonna keep working them. But I'm gonna go a little thicker. So let's see the top. Oh yeah. Just gonna do a thing. I don't mix enough paint. Oh boy. Gonna be that kind of night. Oh, there we go. We're getting there. Oh, let me tip the camera up just a little bit so you can kind of see the top more. There we go. That's a little better. Oh, no stars here in New York City. Yeah, I know. You can pretty much see like Venus on a good night. that's about the extent of it, isn't it? Yeah, we or head over to New Jersey, Edie, and catch the Science Center. They've got a really nice planetarium over there. They do like the adult party night thing. It's pretty cool on Friday nights. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Max and Allison, for introducing me to that. So yeah. Okay. And okay, so I think we got sort of the energy. I'm probably going to add more stuff to the top of this one. I'm not going to keep it completely locked to the bottom, but we're gonna go. Yeah. All right, where's my... Man, I go through this indent screen. I think it's a little I think indent screen, what does it say? Opaque? Yeah, transparent. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, indent screen's a little transparent, so I end up using so damn much of it. I want the indent screen pigment in a less opaque version, or maybe I'm just using it wrong. Maybe I'm not supposed to be using it this way. That's always a possibility, you know. All right, let me clear some more things out of here. So I am mixing it with a little bit of Mars Black, which is fairly opaque. So that's why we're going to get some really cool effects down here. But I'm just going to kind of work on detailing, and I can still see my construction lines. So I'm just going to pay attention to this and work this. And I'm trying to go a little thicker paint here. I think I mentioned last week, you know, it's real easy to not really use enough paint, and especially when you're kind of trying to do this stuff on acrylic. It's probably one of my biggest flaw. I should be like just loading this thing, but at the same time, I don't want it to what's the word I'm looking for? I also don't really want it to get too thick, because then you kind of end up in like oil paint territory, and there's nothing fun about that. But I'm really digging some of the shapes that are going on here. I mean, this is some cool shit. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, all right. The swearing, I try not to, so sorry, folks. Sorry, children, if you're seeing this. And yeah, as if all the kids in this country are watching Christopher Dahl, Space Artist. Get gloppy. Rhonda, yeah, seriously, you gotta do it. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna move my microphone out of the way. All right, we're gonna get gloppy up on this side, because I feel like there needs to be some towering things going on up here. Yeah, there are. I'm glad though I left this middle piece, because that's gonna be kind of fun. I have a feeling that when John Berkey did his ships, I should say, I think there's a phase where he knocks in the colors like this, and a lot of the really crisp, cool detail ends up being light over dark in layers, because onions have layers and spaceships have layers. Hey, I'm on PBS as we speak. Are you serious, Wes? Or is that the other guy that kind of looks like me, but he's really dorky? No, I'm just kidding. He's not. I was thinking of the Bob Ross guy, but I don't want to be. I absolutely adored Bob Ross. That was just a ill attempt at humor. Well, that would flip me out if someone was like, "Yep, we're gonna post a random YouTuber," and it turned out to be me. I mean, because that'd be pretty messed up. But that would be very cool. Yeah. So yeah, LAPBS, you too can own your own space art by Christopher Dahl. Once my website comes back online. Yep, ChristopherDahl.com. Minor issues with the DNS thing. You said ship, right? That's what I told my night. That's right. Yes. Ship. As in, this is bullship. with a P. Yeah, I was gonna go look at my site today, and it turned out that, oh yeah, by the way, there's a DNS problem, meaning that it was like I missed a step along the way to confirm I was actually me. So yeah, Space Pirates kind of looks like a space pirate ships. Hey Vincent, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Yeah, we're kind of I haven't ascertained the chaotic state of the passengers of this one. It could be though. Yeah, it actually does. Now that you mention it, it has like it kind of has this crazy sort of Spanish galleon pirate look to it. I can see that. There we go. All right, let me find another. Let me go to my. We're gonna queue up some more. We're just gonna go for it and find the discography. Yeah. I found a really cool group. This is the creator mix on Spotify, and they are super cool. So there we go. We're just gonna bum ba bum bum. Hey, domain names are overrated, right? Let's see how does this one. That might be too lo-fi and too chill. Let's do something a little bit more. There we go. I think we're gonna do. Oh, this album is called Core Corrupt. We're core corrupt people. But yeah, oh man, it's very tempting to go Spanish galleon with this shape. That would be a lot of fun, actually. I could see that. Who did that? Oh, it was an anime. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little glare down here, by the way. I'm terribly sorry about that. Looks like a military transport ship. I think it could be. I tend to try to lean more for explorers, as if that's actually going to be a thing, and they won't just be armed to the gills with a lot of technical stuff. So yeah, could be a little bit of both. Let's see. I kind of want to. I want to Jones up some detail in the background there, just to sort of match the ones that are on here. There we go. All right. Military transport. I kind of dig that idea too. Well, it's going to be I'm going to try to get it as close as I possibly can to this amount of absolute awesome craziness we're seeing with Mr. Berkey's painting here. Even though it's going to have Mr. Berkey's style with Mr. Dahl's. Let me get this finished. I don't know what that's called. If only the Apollo program kept going, we might already have colonies on the moon. Hey, you aren't kidding there. It's a little frustrating, isn't it? Yeah, there's definitely a case to be made for that. Treasure Planet. Yeah, right? Okay, I'm gonna try one other thing. I wanted to sort of purify that color a little bit. I'm going hardcore. By purified, I mean I'm kind of see the gray tones of that are the result of seeing the canvas through and some of the other paint on there. Although I haven't introduced any orange, I'm not introducing any orange on this painting until this stuff sets up. Otherwise, we'll get mud. And it is actually already kind of setting up, which is nice. So there we go. All right. Boom. Yeah, there were some very cool plans in the books for the follow-on Apollo missions. I remain hopeful, right? I mean, Apollo was a product of its time, so we're working on it. All right, so I'm gonna grab some more of the cerulean blue here. I'm gonna touch some. Is that how it's pronounced? I think so. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's the beast. Okay. A little bit more blue. We'll touch this. Yeah, there we are. Okay, we're gonna go with that color. Yeah. Fire! We will have. Yes, you know, Rada. It will be. It. And believe me, I already have the orange and yellows ready to go. It's gonna be fire. I promise. All right, this might start filling in the details a little bit. So let's just kind of see what we've got. I mixed up a lighter color. So, and when I'm doing this, I'm going back to my brain is like going back to when I was throwing the paint. So I'm gonna try to emulate what we've got going on here with this brush. And then some places it's going to be a little. There we go. Nice. Okay. Gosh. This is still the very wet paint up here, but that's okay. It's gonna help us drive home that that pirate thing. Yeah, there's still going to be some whites in here, but that's all right. We went to the moon using vacuum tube technology. Oh, certainly. It's never. It honestly, it hasn't really been about the technology, right? I mean that's the cool thing about it was the technology was pretty proven, and even with some of it really everything we have today was built on it. Not only vacuum tube technology, but they drew those dang rockets with pencils and slide rules. There we go. I'm just going to try to add some more shapes. I'm probably adding shapes that are going to make it too boxy, but I'm just gonna go with it. We're fine. Bum 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 bum. The saucy mare from the reboot cartoon series. That was a ship with some awesome lines. Oh yeah, it was. Holy crap! Seriously. the saucy manner. Since I'm kind of going to hit this multiple times with different colors, I want to make sure I visit this corner for it as well. Yeah, again, you know, my darn light. I have it. I don't have it far enough over. Maybe I'll move it. No, I can't move it. Camera's already rolling. There we go. Yeah. All right. Don't quite have. I need some blues, some darker blues. I know. Need some blues in my all blue painting. I need more blues, is what he just said. Nice. What do I need? I need a different tone, and then we'll start working some of the other colors. Okay, cool. Do that one. Okay. Yeah, I think I can see what I'm gonna do. I am, however, gonna need more of this. That one. So, we need more of that. I do think, though, I'm pretty much convinced that cerulean blue might have been the blue that was outside of my palette that I think Berkey relies on pretty frequently. So, yeah. All right. So, while this is doing its thing, washing the brush one more time. Okay. And I kind of want it to go a little darker. Ooh, that one looks just a touch of white to tone it back. Oh man, I tell you, I think I'll screwed it up. Okay, it's coming up. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm kind of gonna try a different thing here, and I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This is called Feel the Fear and do it anyway, and hope that it starts to sing a little bit with these colors. I'm kind of losing the front end a little bit, but that's okay. There's going to be a point where I'm going to be taking the detail back to this. So we're just going to get some of these and this one. I'm saying Ah, there we go. Hey, Gold Dragon, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. The creations look correct from a design perspective. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, there's a previous question. Do I have any training in industrial design or mechanical design? I do. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. I have a bachelor's degree in industrial design and an associate's in filmmaking, which weirdly didn't contribute to that, but and plus I kind of like always have drawn and painted, so things like perspective I've kind of worked out a bit. But industrial design school certainly played a big role, not only in technique but also in the kind of inspiration, if you will. I went into industrial design school because H.R. Giger was an industrial designer. So yeah, so when it comes to like perspective and stuff like that, certainly, yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, this is sort of working, but I'm having a small issue with my light sources that I think I'm going to correct right now. But I like the blues I put on. I think that's gonna do nicely, and I'm not yet prepared to go to my smaller brush yet. So let me come back in. Yeah, I need these highlights again. I might need to do more of this paint. I need to kind of rescue the highlight shapes because I kind of painted over them, and then as a result, I'll end up basically re-architecting it as I go. But that's okay because we've got sort of a focus point and a not focus point. I'm feeling pretty okay about it, honestly. Okay. I know I keep going right on up and then trying these things. All right. And you know, this whole thing has been with a 1-inch flat brush. That's kind of my favorite part about it. H.R. Giger had a degree in industrial design. Yes, yes, he did. Yeah, that he was one of them. There were a few other ILM people, I think, that had industrial design degree. Someone in the mix did. Was it Dykstra? I can't recall. Someone did. So my first thing was I really wanted to follow the what courseware is gonna give me the skills where I could be valuable to a Hollywood company designing spaceships and special effects. That was literally it. And as it turns out, a few other... Oh, that's looking good. Yeah. Sorry, I got the white in. A few other industries occurred along the way, and that's kind of how I ended up in software instead of going out to work on really cool spaceships and things. But, oh, yeah. See, now I already got into the whites. Hey, Edward, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome aboard, everyone. Hey, we're gonna have a fun night. I'm just kind of feeling like kicking this one out a little bit. Yeah. I like where it's going, and that my paint is not cooperating. This is what happens when you when you put the paint out too early. Nah, it's all good. We got it. Uh-oh. Grab some black. All right. Well, there we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Boom. So yeah, so that was kind of my that was kind of the short version of my like background and training and stuff. So yeah. All right, let's get a couple of these on here because this was sort of a structure down here. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I gotta show the bottom map. Hey, you know what? What if I turned? Oh no, I don't want to turn this. I forgot. Yes. Okay. Okay, that was a little too much white. I think I took away from the ship. All right, let's do this. Do another number on this one a little bit. Let's get this. I just like this. I have to admit, I like the sort of layering effect that goes on with this stuff, but I'm losing my detail I had in here. All right, I'm going to switch up to a different brush a little bit, and we're gonna. No, I think I need one more. I think I need one more pass with that white. I do. This up here. I need the upstairs. The the upstairs of the house hasn't been really given a lot of attention, so I'm gonna try to rectify that. There we go. Okay. I think that's the most I'm going to touch with that. Yeah, I'm going to switch my brush, and I'm going to work some details in, which is going to give me a chance to let this dry a little bit, and that's going to also let me see. I'm going to keep that. I've got a new flat that's actually kind of tiny. I really like it, so I'm going to work with that one. Oh, great. The drink of choice this evening is another soda of the ginger variety. At least until after the stream. After that, it's anybody's fair game. Right. All right. Oh, yeah, this is going to work great. I got to keep forgetting to add some water to the mix. And then kind of the same thing, but with smaller detail. And then it's flaming Everclear shots. Yeah. One of the groups I worked with at Microsoft, the team drink was basically Everclear and Red Bull. They were nuts. It's like, I'm not gonna drink this just for the team. Come on, this is ridiculous. I did try it a couple of times, and it was not my thing. Although it has a very unique feeling you get when the Everclear just evaporates off your tongue. It's I imagine it's a lot what zero G feels like, or at least when you not zero G, but being exposed to a vacuum, a la Outland style. So yeah. It's a cheeky ginger beer. Yes, it is a little cheeky ginger beer. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I don't really know what this thing's flying over. It looks like it's kind of the inside of a of some kind of terraformed structure. I don't really know, but we're just gonna keep doing this. Da 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 da. Hey, thanks, North Prime. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Someone brought actual Jello shots made with Everclear to an FX party. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my god. Definitely channeling John Berkey. Yeah, so for those of you just joining, the goal tonight, as you can see on the image above me here, I'm not trying to copy that painting exactly because that's just kind of crappy. And what I'm trying to do here tonight is, I wanted to explore the color range, and I've kind of been trying to follow, what how John Berkey went about his paintings, and it's kind of a lot of what I've been doing on the stream already. I'm just gonna work it a little bit, see if we can come up with something pretty fun. Oh, picked up some white there. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm working with a dark paint. Ah, there we go. Oh, what medium am I using? Tonight we're working with, I'm actually working in Liquitex acrylic paint tonight. Berkey used a combination of acrylic and a paint called casein, which I also paint with. Gosh, I picked up that white again. Gosh darn it. Dumb thing. And actually, one of the upcoming streams, I finally have my casein paints here, so I definitely want to try that again. So we'll be doing some casein. Hey, Nanu's here. How you doing, Nanu? Good to see ya. Hey, happy Wednesday, pal. How you doing? Hey. But Berkey was hardcore, man. And this is probably something that they all did at the time because they didn't have gouache. In the era when John Berkey was learning to, or was an established graphic designer, or at least became one, it was before gouache actually came into place. I think that's where the casein came from. And he had this, he would mix his own. He would actually mix a casein, and his pigment, and he would mix in an acrylic to it. I forget what his the purpose was. You end up with a really nice opaque paint that has that has a lot of the qualities of acrylic. It'll dry tough, yada yada. So yeah. Are you mixing anything in the acrylic? I am not. Just water right here. I find that the heavy body acrylics, you can what I like about them is, they're good for a lot of applications. I struggle sometimes, like right now when I'm trying to do some fine detail, it gets a little gummy and stuff, but yeah, I just push through it and use more paint. I also have some thin stuff, but for right now, I just kind of like it straight up as it is. But this is kind of my favorite part, when you kind of get some pieces in, and this is where you start getting all the crazy details, and yeah, that kind of stuff. That's where it's really cool. So we're gonna do some crazy details. Crazy details. Thank you, North Prime. Yeah, thank you. And that's one of the, I think I was mentioning earlier, a lot of times I in particular, and I know other artists will, when they're starting out anyway, will often not get enough paint on their canvas. So, yeah. And that's a mistake I always make. I was just talking about that earlier. Now that I've kind of got somewhere down here, this is turning out to be really cool. It's you're getting these swooshy bits in here, which is really fun. But yeah. Boy, I tell you, this is the corner that hasn't dried. It refuses. I'm just gonna force it. I'll be here for the next 3 days finishing this one. Definitely a wall hanger. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really like, and that's kind of one of the things that drove me to painting this stuff. I really just wanted art that reminds me of the stuff that I really love. And what's cool about this is, for a while anyway, I could paint these and I get to keep them for a while. That's just how I roll, people. Okay. We're gonna need some, what am I gonna need in here? I finally have to get out of my blues. The blues have a little bit of green to them because one of the blues is phthalo, which is very heavy blue. All right, what else are we gonna do in here? I'm gonna hold off. I don't want to mess with any more of this right yet. Up here, this one's kind of an oddball, but I think I can work with that one. Let's grab some more. Oops. There we go. We're gonna get some. This may be the wrong way to go. I'm not sure, but I'm also trying to get a little bit of that, John Harris vibe going in here too, because why stop at, well, I'm plagiarizing artists. Why stop at one, right? There we go. So yeah, we're gonna play with this one for the night. Thank you everyone for joining while I go through this absolute madness. I see an opportunity here, so I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna add a little more. A little more breakup space in there. There we go. And then maybe one back here as well. There we go. Just a bit. Alrighty. There's a little purple involved in this painting that I'm attempting to sort of vibe off of, if that's a way to put it. So I'm gonna mix a little bit. Let me clear off my palette again. It's a very weird music scene tonight, folks. I'm picking a new bit that's coming through, and it's a royalty-free track, so we'll see how it goes. Hey, Raoul Duke, how you doing? Always an honor to join. Oh, anytime. Honor is mine. Thank you. Once those details start kicking in, it'll really set it off. You know, I keep saying we're going to get to the oranges here pretty soon. But before I do that, I need to address some of the purple shifted stuff. I want that next. As long as it doesn't look like anything Berkey or Harris did, you're safe. Yeah, I don't know. I got accused by somebody who was using AI art only for anything, saying it's the same as what you did. You know, you kind of work. You know, you're painting Star Trek stuff and, you know, older artists. I'm like, well, you know, I'm not copying them, for one. For two, I'm trying. The relationship is entirely between me and the paintbrush. I didn't hire any third hands. I don't know what else to put it. But that's all right. We'll go with it. Okay. I have a little of my magenta in here. I know that was one of his colors, so I'm going to try to work out some bits. Oh, way too much. Way too much. All right. I'm going to blue that up a bit more. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah. So there's going to be some structures that have this kind of, maybe it needs to be a little bit brighter, I think. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit brighter. And we're going to get the... Oh, I know. Oh, my gosh. Sorry about the glare, folks. I'll try to get this in somewhere else, too. But this is going to work with the city structure pretty nicely. And I just need to get the color in. See, because the magenta is kind of a nice tertiary color. And it's meaning that on the color wheel, it's kind of right next to it. It's gonna help the relationship of everything you kind of see in the painting, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna actually be trying to paint all of like the rooftops in the original Berkey painting. There's like rooftops and stuff. It's crazy now. So yeah, I just want a little bit in here. Oh my God, it's not the same thing. Yeah. So I've had a little bit of a what do you call it? I haven't yet completed my thinking on the matter, but I think the thing that bugs me the most about AI art, and I'm sorry it does, if you use it, that's fine. Don't let my opinion sway you. But I've always heard the arguments from people that say, hey, but it lets me be an artist, and that's not what it's letting you do. You're not actually being an artist. What you're being is you're being a middle manager is what you're being. You're not even a full art director. You're kind of just like, you're like one of those project managers that's like, hey, make it pretty, man, make it pretty. So it's not entirely the same. Sorry, I didn't mean to get everyone fired up on that. It really isn't the same. It's just, you know, What are you gonna do? I just don't use it, just for the record, because I know a lot of you are kind of new to the live stream. I just don't use it because honestly, in the time that I have left, I'd rather spend the time learning a new technique, something that will make me better as an artist with me producing the work, even if it's with, like Blender or some digital tool. I much prefer that. So, but again, if you like AI art and you want to use it, that's fine. I'm not gonna I'm really not gonna shame you. I've literally know of one person that's doing some pretty cool stuff with AI art. And it's the same one that was like telling, getting into my face about, you're doing the same thing. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. Nice enough guy. Has a pile of followers on Instagram. Congratulations. I hate you. No. I was like that. It'd be the worst. Okay. Anyway, enough about that. We're going to run your middle manager simulator real good here is what we're going to do. Yeah. It's I never could really get over the I just couldn't get over the plagiarism. I don't know of any other way to put it. I understand how tech works, and I know exactly what they're doing. It's not cool. All right, now that that's down there, I'm gonna start tightening some stuff up here, because I'm gonna have to get my the black areas. Now this is just like I know there's gonna be places that I want some details that will be like lights, windows, that sort of thing. And I'm probably preaching to the choir, I'm sure, right? Yeah, it does look the same. And that's something that the people using AI right now aren't going to get. In about 10 years, everyone's going to know it was AI, and they're not going to be impressed by it. And it's really going to be, you're going to be like, what? What were we thinking? I'm old enough to remember a number of tools that came out right when the digital age was kind of really dawning on us, that to this day, I was like, nope, I'm not going to use that to make circles and really cool things. That doesn't seem about right. So it doesn't, this stuff doesn't age well. Let's put it that way. It's one of the reasons why I stepped away from the 3D art. I liked what I was working on and loved the potential of my little projects and everything, but it just wasn't yeah, it was starting to look, after a little bit of time, you start seeing that it's not really gonna. Anyway, yeah, it starts looking its age. Let's put it that way. I can very much tell this is a 1990s era piece of artwork that I worked on. Not this one. I'm just in general. All right, so let's get some badass engines in here, shall we? Okay. I don't know if they're going to be like those John Harris style big round engines or not, or just, we don't know. But I want some details in here. Okay. This camera back up. There we go. Yeah. Have I heard of Viscom? I haven't. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, maybe I have. Can you refresh my memory? What's their what's sort of their thing? There we go. I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I'm going off of instinct here, everybody. There we go. I wanted that a little darker. Okay. I mean, so many of these surfaces will just be I know that Berkey worked so hard on some of these for so long. Just from the, I can tell their brush strokes. Any tips to start space painting? Yeah, actually, glad you asked. So the I think someone asked me a couple of weeks ago about kind of getting started, and I wanted to say that, you know, treat painting the same way you would treat sketching at first. So one of the things you could do is get a pad of paper that accepts acrylic paint and just fill up as many pages as you possibly can. It's nothing beats a little bit of you know, just persistence and repetition, because getting used to the brushes and the paints itself is going to be part of the you know, part of the thing. But what I suggested earlier was pick one color, kind of like how I started this painting. You know, pick one color, a range of darks and lights, and see if you can construct a scene like a round ball in a white room, which is going to work out great for you, because when you start painting space art, you're going to be painting a lot of planets, and getting the shadow lines perfect is a good hint. Gotta go, Iridium says. Hey, thank you, Iridium. Great to see you here tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love the blue. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Music says, I'm starting to see YouTube flooded with terrible AI now, too. Yeah, it's all over. Edie says AI is probably not going to have much of a permanent impact on fine art. Commercial art has way much more to worry about. On that, I agree. Yeah, I know you might hate this, but it's AI assisted concept design rendering. So in other words, it works with your pencils. Yeah, North Prime. I'm not sure if, oh, I see, it works with your pencils. Okay. Yeah, see. I feel like the best use for AI in art is embedded way deep, right? I don't want it creating the Mona Lisa with 8 fingers for me. What I want AI art to do is properly set up a volumetric cube for me in Blender so I can do a nebula and make sure that I have the options exposed to me, because frankly, that takes a lot of math that I'm not very good at, but I'm learning. So there we go. Ginger's here. How you doing tonight? Thank you, Ginger, for joining. No, we're doing good. Really very good. In fact, you got here just before I was going to take a short break, but thank you for coming on board, everybody. Yeah, we got a banger going tonight. I'm loving it. Anyhow, yeah, yeah, Electric Elf. I think you're right. Yeah, it's a ploy to game the algorithm. I'm not going to worry too much about it, honestly, myself. I don't. It doesn't interest me, honestly. Yeah, I don't think it's going to replace like the traditional art thing at all. I really don't. Okay, I have to take a moment. I'm going to excuse myself and be right back in about maybe 5 minutes or so. So stick around, and we're going to come back, and we're going to start getting into the not blue colors on this painting. So thank you very much, everybody. Don't go away. Mona Lisa, 8 fingers. Okay. Wait. There's no music on intermission? Seriously? Holy crap. Oh, the song went really quiet. Oh boy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. We're back with a live art view. Now we get snacks, exactly. Now we wait. You're right. Oh, as soon as I learned about AI scraping, I either pulled down all my stuff behind password protected and encrypted pages. Yeah, it's... I've by the time I was concerned about AI scraping, it's just way too late. My shit's gonna get scraped. But oddly enough, when I went to look up how much of my work was actually used, known use in AI, it's like none. So I don't know. Maybe I need to be offended I'm not a good enough artist for them to, like, you know, scrape my AI. It's like, wow, we don't want this guy's art. He's a piece of shit. No. Hey, thanks everyone for joining tonight. I really appreciate it. Gonna grab a different brush. We're gonna get back with this one. Let me... Whoa, knock that off for a second. Sorry. Okay, back on. There we go. Sorry about that. IG has been an ick fest for a long time. You know, it kind of is. And I don't know. Half of me is like, geez, I'm not going to... I can't be bothered to get too bugged by it. I just want to make cool shit that happens to have spaceships in it. I'm a nut. Okay, let's see. Where is my new brush? There it is. Got a couple of new brushes last week, so I'm going to switch up to a round brush, and I'm going to get some of these little... The little bits in that have the orange bits and stuff. Yeah, you should be following everybody. Rhonda's got some good stuff. Follow Rhonda. Rhonda's got some good paintings. All right, let's switch it up here. I'm gonna turn my palette over. I can't really turn. I've actually boxed in my my painting stuff. Oh, I'm gonna need to spray up the. Make sure my paint doesn't dry. There we go. And I'm sorry, people. I don't really have a good a good palette cam yet. We're working on it. We're gonna get there. What type of brushes do I use? So my favorite recently. Oh, I just painted my microphone. Are these Zen Royal and Lang Nickel is what they're called. I've got a couple. I've been using one of these on my live stream by the same people. Yeah, Royal Lang Nickel, their Zen line. I got these through Blick. I think they got them at Jerry's Artorama too. I'm pretty sure. They're really good. I like them. They hold up well to acrylic. And apparently I just got paint on my fingers again. Okay, cool. Awesome. Where did I put my thing? I must have ditched with my... Let's grab the... One of the things you have to learn when you're being a painter, don't just grab the damn brush or with paint on it and run your fingers over it. Deleted Facebook. Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, I'm a little late for that. Okay, so let me take a look here. So we've got some core pieces here, and I'm gonna try to mimic what's going on in this one. So let's get some. I'm gonna just drop in some of this yellow, or yeah, whatever this color is, wherever I want these to go. There we go. And I think I want one. Yeah. I want one down there. See, I mean, this isn't even a very bright yellow. This is raw sienna. But boy, you stick it on here, and yeah. The wheat. Oh, that's right, Wes. I forgot that Krista's. Yeah, you guys were. Yeah, you were a thing in high school. That was so cool. So I just want to get a couple of these. There's going to have to be one down here. And there's just like a couple in the buildings too. So we're going to just have to get a few of these down here. And then, yeah, we're going to get... But I don't want to do too many. I want to keep them mostly in the ship, right? There we go. Smooth criminal. Yeah, there we go. Is that what's on? Moved away from Boston in '86. We lost touch for 22 years. That's really cool. All right. So the reason why the thing I just did was so cool. Oh, I'm gonna use Okay, let me see if I can make this work now. All right, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, my brain's just going on, folks. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing the things. And they get kind of a darker color. He must be using magenta because that's totally it. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't think he used a lot of just straight red. Yeah. Oh, baby. Yeah, this the orange. Oh, yeah. Wait till we get some reds in. Let's get some reds in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, too much up there, but that's all right. We'll work with it. We can do this. And then, of course, you got to get a couple of little stripies on there. What do you think? Yeah. Krista's pretty awesome there, Wes. That's awesome. Yeah, I dig that story. Sorry, too much of that action, I think. Maybe we'll just do that. Okay, cool. Still kind of don't know what I'm going to do with the darn engines on the thing, though, but... There we go. I think that's probably a little bit more than I can... yeah, right. I think that's probably a little bit more than I should have done, maybe? And this one's for Stephanie. There's touches of green in here. It's just right. Thank you. Awesome. There we go. Okay. I feel like we've reached the halfway point of this painting. People are out there like going like, what? What do you mean? What? What do you mean he reached the halfway point? What are you talking about? We're like already into this. Hang on, folks. We're gonna be here for a while tonight. Because I need a good thing for YouTube, and like I said, I'm I'm shooting this in time lapse, which is really cool. Okay, I gotta wait for those guys to settle. And what am I gonna do next is I've got my nice little new liner brush, so I'm gonna mix myself up a little bit of color here. All right, there we go. There we go. A little bit more. I'm just gonna take a second, mix a little bit of a lighter color. And I need to make this one, I really need to thin this one down. Okay, bear with me. Here we are. So are you. Hey, yeah, the time lapse was fun. You know, Wes, I completely forgot. I'd set this up. I'd set up time lapses for myself before the move, and I was posting them. They make great shorts on YouTube. And what's really cool about shorts right now is they lead back to your videos, which is super cool because I need to get my watch hours up. So I'm pumping I'm going to try to be pumping as many shorts out as I possibly can. All right. I'm going to have to move up the canvas a little bit because I want to try this on a spot that makes kind of sense, right? So here we go. And I'm going to try to move my microphone so it's not in my damn way. Okay, there we go. There's a purpose to this. I just have to get the mixture right before I can really do it. Okay, it's looking about as bad as I had expected. I need a little more color to it. Sorry, folks. That's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there together. It's gonna be great. Hey, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it, Stephanie. Thank you. And hello, Matriarch 5000. Greetings. Hello in Seattle. Thanks for joining tonight. We got a real banger going here, folks. And I don't feel like I don't think it would be in my best interest to let this one go unfinished. So we're not gonna do that tonight. We're gonna work this one. Hey, up. I just picked my microphone up again. I'm going to try to get a few of these detailed bits in here. Just to get, just to add a little depth of the detail, especially in these areas where I don't have a lot of detail. And I need to do them a lot better than I am right now, but that's okay. It's just hard to reach. Hey, here we go. I think I'm just going to do these lines because these are coming out, and that's really the way this brush is meant to be worked. So I'm just going to do that. Oh, you just saw the calendar, Rhonda? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, the Stephanie really did a fantastic job. For those of you that don't know, my wife Stephanie and I are Stephanie and I, isn't that terrible? My God, I'm like Fred Flintstone. Stephanie mainly and I are running a cat rescue because the cat population at our new home was crazy. So we've got a bunch of little dudes in the house here, and we're getting them all fixed, spayed, neutered, all that good stuff, getting them checked out. Some of them have been let go, some have been adopted out. We still have, I think the count we're at right now is 17 in the house still. So, yeah. But yeah, fun times. So she just made a calendar. In fact, I've got it. Here's the little calendar. Yay! Oh, let me put my where is my? There we go. Little pre-order page. Yay! It's very cute. It's a little 6x6 calendar, and this is all the artwork that I did and Stephanie did for Dollhouse Baked Goods way back when we had our little shop back in the country village in Bothell. And we've always wanted to do something fun with it. So, yeah, pretty cool. So we got a little calendar up for this year. There we go. You must have to change the litter box every 20 minutes. Well, you know, not every 20 minutes, but the only thing I'm going to take note of is the idea of a litter box. We've got like, I don't know, how many do we have, Stephanie? Like 8? I'm not sure. Maybe even more. I can't actually tell. But letting them go sounds like they weren't performing their duties. Well, you know, we had to have a few annual reviews, right? Little 3-month reviews here and there, and go, you know, sorry, Scruffy, but you're really not keeping up the, you know, you're not keeping up with your duties as cat. So we're going to have to let you go find other opportunities. Right? The litter box farm, seriously. No, the way it actually went, Ron, it was pretty funny. We Stephanie opened the door for Scruffy, and just, you know, she's like, "All right, I'm out. My duties as a mama are over, so I'm out of here." And we did that for a couple of others too. We had a couple that we just kept long enough to take to the vet, and that was really about it. So. they hang out too, which is really funny. We've got like the old lady club of kitties. Or the license to use murder mittens, exactly. We had to revoke a couple of them because they're using them a little too much. Yes, the murder mittens. We'd like the murder mittens claws, please. I'm just adding greebly bits to the ship because that seems to be the thing to do for this guy, and I'm regretting immensely that I've got a thing here that's just covered up, so I'm going to just add a few more, and we're going to add some things off the back on this thing, and maybe get a little bit over there. There we go. Man, I did not expect something like this tonight, folks, so surprise! Surprise! Happy times! Yeah, it's just, you ever have one of those paintings where you kind of surprised even yourself? This is one of them. Since I've got this, I am going to take the moment and do a few details down here, just to continue to add to the illusion that there's chaos and things going on down here. It's getting pretty epic. Oh, thank you. Oh, I forgot. I have to put this down. Ah, wrong one. So let's see. In terms of the number of steps, I'm kind of going to go over the painting like I did just now, but with a dark what do you call it? A dark color, my dark color again. But oh shit, I just blobbed it. That's why, for that kind of stuff. But I do want. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, Vince, yeah, that's yeah, daily, seriously. I'm not gonna lie, Stephanie does the lion's share of the cleaning, so and she has my thanks. While we try to sort out what's going on with the getting the live stream and the art business rocking and rolling again, because we had a little bit of a delay last year with the move. Yeah, but we're getting there. We're gonna do a little bit of that. Okay. Let's get the darks in there a little bit. I was just talking about. Needs a little bit more of those details. And kind of like I normally do stars, the one thing I'm going to do on this one that's going to really pop it is get those bright whites in there. I've got some in there already, but this is going to really help it. He just does so many details, like just little things. Like I can't afford to be at this thing all night doing this stuff, but that's what he does. I know, I got to do a bigger one of these that's like, finished canvas variety, right? Finished work for the store and the site. But yeah, this is going to do a good job. We're just going to have fun with it. This is where you can happy accident yourself all night long because everything becomes a nice shape. Even this stuff out there. Let's see. I should probably work the top again. Sorry, I keep doing this. I keep going up and down, up and down. It's going to be elevator up, and we will... Gosh, I'm going to push the microphone away. Bear with me. And he would always paint over his little windows. Oh my god, I just slobbered. There we go. Yeah, right. Accidents in space. I'm going to try to avoid doing that again. I'm going to flip my card around. I just really dropped my wrist in the magenta. It was terrible. All right, here we go. Now it's all over me, so I'm probably going to drop it on here. That's the simple way to do it, is to do that stuff, but we'll work it a little bit better than that. Yeah, I think pretty much he just would take his base shapes and refine them just for days. Kind of what he would do. I think that's kind of what we got going here too. Don't know what I just did, but we got it. So let's see. This one in here needs some work. Too much water. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're getting somewhere. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay, we are time for a little bit of an effect. Let's see if I can pull this off, because I'm not sure if I can. There were kind of like a couple of weird laser blast thingies in this scene, so I want to kind of emulate that a little bit, and let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to try to, I'm kind of just doing my own variation of this. I want to make sure that the paint is dry enough below it where I could do some pretty serious smudging. Yeah, there we go. We got a little bit there. That's good. That's good. And then, of course, this one. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I don't know where it's coming from, Wes, honestly. I feel like maybe I just kind of, maybe I had one too many coffees. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna need, what am I gonna need? I don't know what to do with the ship's engines, honestly. And I'm gonna leave them alone for now. I might come back to it. I might leave it alone, just let it be its own thing. Okay. I feel like maybe it would be a little cliche to do the, giant orange flames. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Electric Elf. Yes, nobody ever expects the Spanish Inquisition. I'm kidding. No. So we're going to just come in with our whites here. And oh, I forgot. This needs to happen. There we go. A little bit of that. Okay, we've gone almost 2 hours, and I finally dropped my brush for the first time. I'm improving, folks. He's getting better. Maybe it's just away from us. Yeah, see, I'm kind of gonna just go with that. The most I think I'm gonna do is maybe there will be like a lonely thing going on in there, a lonely color. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, John Berkey, John Berkey, John Berkey, John Berkey, John Berkey. No. Well, you know, honestly, to be Electric Elf for a while, I thought I was looking at the front of the ship too. So hey, there we are. Oh yeah. I'm not sure what off-tone music this is, but that's okay. I'm not even going to do this part yet. I need to get the top of the ship with this white. Hey, North Prime, there you go. Had to take off for a bit. Hey, there's we got a little further along. Sorry. Welcome back. Beer run. No, I'm sorry. That's really rude. That's rude. I shouldn't do that because I mean it as funny, and then I know I'm going to end up kind of offending somebody that has an issue with alcohol. Not an issue, but is dealing with, and that would be mean. That would be really mean of me. It always fascinates me where these paintings start, where they end up, and me too. I never know. Honest truth. Honest truth. Okay, we're gonna come up here, work on this top part a little bit more. Ah. It's kind of like two different ships almost. Well, thank you, everyone. Somebody stop me before I go too far with it, okay? That's my only worry with these. I'm looking. I'm looking at it on the monitor too. Thanks. All right. Oops, I forgot about that part. Didn't mean to do that one. But might do a thing like this. Wow. Where did this come from? I have no idea. Oh, I know what I need. I've confirmed one thing, though. Having looked at the painting that I'm working on and some of the other things that Berkey's worked on, I feel like I think the cerulean blue was definitely a real call there. So, yeah. Run these down here. Okay. Almost to the end of this one, actually. I feel like there's a point that I'm going to have to get to where I'm either going to have to make a decision on going to another level of detail that I'm not quite prepared to do yet. So I'm going to just... There we go. There we go. I actually feel like I'm probably... Yeah, I think I'm going to do one more little pass of some stuff with what I've got here. This is like background detail things. Okay, everyone. I think I'm gonna call this. I think I'm gonna wrap it up and give myself a little signature down here. I'm gonna reach down to the old signature-reno. Dang. And let me just take a second and take a look at this one. I want to just sort of take it all in. Ladies and gentlemen, this full moon, I was taken over by the soul of John Berkey from the grave. Oh, fun. Holy shit. You know, sometimes you just don't know where these come from. And, yeah, this is one of them. Arts of Space. Greetings. How are you doing tonight, Arts of Space? Good to see you. Thanks for joining the show. Here we are. And I'm going to sign that one is what I'm going to do. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can get a nice little I will do this. And I'm going to try to hold it up. Let me get the camera out of the way here and my microphone, and I'll try to get it so it doesn't have the glare. How's that sound? Okay. There we go. That's just nuts. Yeah. I feel like I had this one in my head for a while, and I'm pretty I'm a little blown away myself, people. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody being here to watch along with me. This has been exciting. And I'm going to go right back to the old art view. And yeah, this is really fun. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. Sometimes you just don't know where they come from. And sometimes, boop, they just, well, I do. It came from John Berkey. And I love the guy's art. So, yeah, there will be more like this. I don't know. Sometimes the things just flow the way you want them to. Oh, very cool. Wow, I'm beat. These live streams, they take a lot out of me. It's very cool, and I love it, and I love being here with you, and I love doing shit like this. Well, not shit, stuff like this. Awesome. Okay, we're definitely going to be back next Wednesday. If you're not on the Discord, let me give you the Discord link real quick here before anyone goes. Yeah, this is going to be exciting. Timers. There we go. We have that's probably one of the best ways to follow me. And if you want to follow me on, say, Facebook, I'm Christopher Dahl, Space Art by Christopher Dahl on Facebook. I am Blackbird CD over on oh, come on. There we go. Blackbird CD over on Instagram and Twitter, whatever's left of Twitter. And of course, my personal website, which is down right now. It's in all the stuff right here. And if you really wanna, you can check me out over on Patreon. That one is this one over here. There we go. And let's see where. There we go. Over on the Patreon, got some fun stuff showing up there. Yeah, good times. But in the meantime, boop, I'm gonna bring it back to here. Thank you again, everybody. That was a banger this week. I like it. And the reason why I mentioned the Discord is I'm probably going to drop in on a couple unannounced live streams. So stick around. We'll see how it goes. There's a couple of things I want to do, and I want to try them out without scheduling them necessarily. But I will give you a heads up. It won't be that much of a surprise. Anyhow, I am Christopher Dahl. Thank you all so much for joining tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me on this painting, and we will be back next week. Catch you all later. And very, very much thank you all for joining me from Twitch. I really appreciate it. You've all formed a really great community here, and looking forward to a good year. So thank you. Awesome. Cheers.
All right, so I've taken my white paint with my little fan brush here. And let's just see how crazy this goes. This is where I throw paint everywhere.
Does this need to be bigger? There we go. There. Bye, everybody. Cheers. Thank you again.
just kind of gives it an air of legitimacy that it doesn't deserve. You know?
I have Bob Ross the shit out of this painting.